So today we're going to take a quick look at our lunge circling motions. So if you haven't done my tutorial on how to stand up in lunges, there's a really nice one to transition from a low lunge to a standing lunge tutorial out there. Definitely check that out. That's a really nice way to really respect and look after the hips and the pelvis. Obviously we want those to be really happy and healthy throughout the lifetime of our yoga practice. Today we're actually going to have a look at one of the things that I quite often do, which is a lunge circling motion. And that's one of the things that I quite often add in. It's a really nice way to kind of really fire up the joints, really kind of challenge the muscles, and it's a lovely sequence to add. But if we're not doing it correctly, we can sort of somehow lose that safety aspect and the beauty of the breath and the circling motion. So let's take a look at it today. You might like to join me or you might like to just watch this tutorial. It's really up to you. I always recommend doing it so you're actually sinking into the physical aspect of things as well. It really trains the brain when we physically do something we're learning, but it's really a personal choice today. As you can see, I've got a block because it's really nice to practice with a block. So if you've got a block or a stack of books and you want to use that, great. If you don't, great. It's not a problem. So coming into, we're going to just go straight into our lunge position. So when we look at our lunge position, this is where we would be if we were stepping, transitioning from a fold to a dog or a dog to a fold. We would step the right foot up. So notice how my knee is over ankle, perfect, or even slightly behind there is fine. But when we start to come too far forward, the heels lift. For some, this can be really quite intense in the front of the knee, the patella there. So you might want to make sure you're transitioning back just initially as we start out. So we're looking at this lunge. We've got the back heel lifted. We've got the knee over ankle, and you'll notice my left hand is placed down on the block. Now, if you don't have a block, just a fist or a hand on the earth is absolutely fine. I just like to use the block when I've got it handy. It just kind of lets me kind of feel comfy there. It's not a big deal. So when we do the movement, we're actually bending the back knee, sliding the hips back. So you're creating kind of this press of hips between 2 points. The right hand would reach back here. We take a breath in this transition. As you exhale, you're going to press out that sort of lift and press out through the left heel. Slide the weight forward so that knee is over ankle. But as you do, you're circling that right arm towards your calf. From there, we're going to anchor down through the left hand and take a twist. So you press into the left hand and start to slide your right arm overhead. So this is our lunge twist. To transition into the circular motion, once again, bend the back knee, slide the hips back, and as you do, circle your top arm back and down. Slide forward, knee over ankle, lift the left thigh, press into the left hand to unfurl. So inhale and exhale. Beautiful. So let's look at that from the other side, nice and simple. There's no need to look at the other side. I just want to balance out my hips, but it's good for you to see a different angle too. And you might notice different tightness between my hips on one side or the other too. That's pretty normal for most bodies. So let's come into our lunge. So knee over ankle, got a bit of space between left and right. That right thigh is elevated and we're really lighting up that back heel. Making sure we're not collapsing over that thigh. That's always an extra tip there. Long spine, lift with the back of the head, anchor down through right hand. Let's take the transition. So we bend back knee, slide hips back, reach left arm back. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Lift left thigh, take your circle, reach arm overhead. So inhale, circle back. Exhale, unfurl. Inhale, circle back. And exhale, unfurl. One more time. Then coming down to earth, transitioning out of the pose, forward to fold, back to dog. So that is your lunge twist circles. I don't know what the technical term for that is, but that's a nice way to break down the poses, because in the class sometimes we can go a little quick. So that's a nice way to remember, have a little play, get that circling motion right, get the knees and the hips in a happy place, and you'll really have a great lifetime of yoga with your body. I look forward to seeing you on the mat soon. Bye.